You've heard you should give away your best value for free. You've heard that you should monetize your best knowledge. You've been told to just start. You've been told to figure it out as you go. No wonder you're confused. No wonder you're overwhelmed. You can feel it in your bones you want to create content, but you don't know who you're talking to. You don't know what to talk about. You don't know what to charge for and what to give away for free. We're going to clear this up today so that you have the perfect content strategy, the best brand positioning. You're going to know exactly what to charge for, what not to charge for, and you're not going to have any more worries at all. You're going to have different worries after this. Isn't it weird that you see your favorite content creators and it's like they just found that perfect topic. They found the perfect strategy for their content, the perfect offer. And it's just like, man, how did they get so freaking lucky? And then when you do figure out the story on how your favorite influencers came up with where they're at, you think, oh, that makes perfect sense. In hindsight, why didn't I think of that? Then you start getting those really weird thoughts like, I can do what they did. I can do it better. But then you just feel like a copycat, like imposter syndrome's creeping in. You're probably saying, Mike, I've heard all this before. What are you gonna tell me that's new? Shouldn't I be creating content around what I know the most about? The answer is no. You've probably also been told that you should create content around your journey. The truth is you should be creating content around your journey, specifically tied to the micro wins that you've learned last week, last month, last year, 2 years ago. You're literally talking to yourself a year ago, 2 years ago. That's how you're gonna reach your audience. That's how you're gonna be able to be authentic and talk to the right people. If I were creating content about the things that I knew most about, I'd be talking about art and music and lighting and all kinds of weird stuff. But over the last couple of years, I've had to overcome some weird obstacles that enabled me to keep my clients longer in the social media management realm. And I did that through being able to train my team. And then that little piece of training that I made for my team turned into something on its own. This was a huge breakthrough, which leads me to the first thing. Build something. It needs to be a system or a process or a workbook or an ebook or any type of product. So the difference was like I had been on this journey for a long time, but I hadn't built anything. I took courses, I had followed the gurus, I had read all the books, but I hadn't built something that was my own. And it wasn't until my team and my account manager said like, wow, what you created really inspired me. This changes the way that I look at things and the type of value that I want to create in the world, that I thought, whoa, I've got something here. So in a way, my journey didn't start until I had built something, right? I could have read all the books in the world. I could have synthesized all this information. I could have watched a bunch of different YouTube channels and reframed and repackaged this information. But if I had not been grinding and building something to add to that, then it wouldn't have mattered. The thing that I built gave me confidence enough to create content in the first place. And where a lot of people go wrong is they think that they should create a step-by-step process to teach others to get exactly where they're at. And I made that mistake. That would have been 10 years worth of experience packed into some course. And then of course, I'm not gonna know if I wanna sell that or talk about it here. I simply built a product or a system around creating content, a 5-step method that I use in my business, and my clients can use it as well inside their business. You have to be solving problems that you're currently solving in your day-to-day life. Okay, so the last thing to understand is brand positioning statement, which is the thing that I didn't even think that I needed to have. I'm gonna teach you what I learned in 5 steps from Roy Vaden. Okay, so I'm gonna ask 5 questions and go through and do this homework. This is gonna take time. This isn't something that's just gonna pop out. You're gonna need to think about this probably for a day or a week or a couple weeks. Question 1, in one phrase, who is my brand avatar? Who is my client avatar, right? Who's the one person that I'm speaking to? How old are they? What gender are they? If you're into that, what country do they live in? What are their habits, right? Really figure them out, because that's who you're talking to. What pain points do they have on a daily basis? What are the desires that they have? Where are they now? Where do they want to be, right? You got to figure this out in one phrase. Question 2, in one word, what's the problem that you solve for them? Now, if your brain doesn't rattle around and you think of like 10 different things that it could be before you pick one, you didn't think about this long enough. It's not supposed to be easy, it's supposed to be simple. So make sure that you boil this down. Question number 3, in one phrase, how do I solve that problem? Again, take some time on this, not supposed to be quick. Question 4, in one word, how can I simplify my message? take some time on this. And the last question is, how am I going to monetize? What's the number one path? It's not these kind of 3 things. What's the number one thing that you're gonna monetize on? You can see that I figured this out for myself. Question 1, in one phrase, who is my audience avatar? Content creators and social media managers that are struggling with strategies to come up with good content, right? Number 2, in one word, what problem do I solve? Content. Number 3, in one phrase, how do I solve that problem? Information extraction and copywriting or ghostwriting, right? In one word, how can I simplify my message? Copywriting. And 5, what is the business model or main revenue stream going to be for me? Social media management. Pretty simple, right? Which is why in the link in the description, you can get the training that my team gets, which is a 5-step process. Go check it out if you want to buy that. Okay, so now that we have this all figured out, this leads us to the reason you clicked on this video. What are you gonna sell and what are you gonna give away for free? Okay, so when it comes to your content, be giving away free content around the what and the why, just like I did here. Then sell the how or the implementation of the what and the why. Stick with those lanes, you'll never get confused. Anyways, click somewhere on the screen if you want the next really awesome, great tip. I'm out of here.